let's do a little myth busting. Let's do a little myth busting, okay? I don't know if y'all heard the news. But somewhere out there in the social media world, there's a myth that has been floating around. And this myth would say something, or it'd go something like, no actor would ever want to follow in the footsteps of Chadwick Boseman. No actor would ever want the pressure of playing T'Challa. Oh, nobody. Nobody. Hold on. Actually, because I know you guys will appreciate this. Y'all boys here now, okay? Y'all boy. Let's just listen to what he said. Yeah, let's just listen to what he said. Yeah.
Do you think Chadwick would want his role to be recast?
No, you can't recast it. I mean, he did that role in a way it'll never be done again. And I would hate for an actor to have to pick up the baton that he left behind, because, there's no question he was a dynamic figure and an amazing actor. And just looking at the reaction to Black Panther, there's nobody that could bring the grace to that role that he did. So I wouldn't want to see,
All right, thank you for that, Clarence. All right, so I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you, appreciate you though. I don't know what you're talking about. So this myth, he's not the only one that has populated this. He's not the only one that circulated this myth that no other actors would ever want all this pressure. They wouldn't want it. Gonna do a little myth busting. Y'all remember we had a nice little thing. It was I don't know if y'all heard of it. It was the Recast T'Challa anthem. I don't know if y'all heard of it. It was something a little cool. We dropped it. Me and Chief Wakil, another vet in the building. We dropped a little Recast T'Challa thing. Went viral on a couple things. No big deal, right? When we dropped that, one thing that I did was I went ahead and shared that. I shared that video with a bunch of different celebrities, right? I didn't expect anybody to say nothing. I didn't expect nothing. I was just like, I'm gonna shoot my shot. And I shot it to I was just like, yo, DM, yo, tweet, yo, message, yo, this email. I just sent it to a whole bunch of people. And one of the things that I did was I asked one of these actors, I was like, or all of the actors, I was like, yo, some people have said that you would be great if you were to, play T'Challa. Are you down? And guys, we got a response. Y'Lan Noel. Y'all might know him from Insecure. Y'all might know him from the First Purge. My man responded to the message and said, ha ha ha. Hold on, let me get it all big and good for y'all. I told him, I was like, yo, people been saying you would be great as T'Challa. You down? He was like, ha ha ha, in a blink of an eye. But it's up to the gods. Look at this brother. Look at this strong chocolate brother. Okay? My man can act. My man can do the action scenes. He is just one of many talented actors that would love the opportunity to play T'Challa. Why? Because a leading role in Marvel is game changing. I've told y'all this before. Wasn't nobody checking for Tom Holland before he was doing backflips in his backyard and he became Spider-Man. Don't nobody care about Chris Hemsworth to this day unless he's Thor. Chris Pratt was doing his little thing on his little Parks and Rec or whatever. But when he became Star-Lord, all of a sudden, now he's in Tomorrow War. Now he's in Jurassic Park. Now he's Mario. You get all these other opportunities when you get a leading role in Marvel. What actor wouldn't want that? What Black actor wouldn't want the rich and full of heritage type of role of T'Challa to put on their resume? The pressure? What pressure? What is all this pressure? This is nonsense. It's nonsense. What pressure did all 7, 8, 19, 15 James Bonds have when they signed up one after the other? What pressure was there when we had all them Jokers or the next Batman after the next Batman who's going to be in the movie with the other two Batman in the same movie? What pressure? Where is this pressure? I just want to know. I want to know how many of these actors are turning down career-changing roles because of the pressure. Why y'all subscribe to these myths? Why? I don't understand. Let me tell you something. You don't think the irony in this, you don't think that if Anthony Mackie was not actually Falcon, you don't think he would have tried to play T'Challa? You don't think he would have auditioned to play T'Challa? Come on now. Uh-oh. So Mackie almost played T'Challa. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. It's the first leading Black role in Marvel as comic books and in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Not Blade, but Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU. Mackie definitely saw the potential in that role. I'm not clamoring for it. I'm not asking for it at all. But this idea that no actor is going to want a career change to get to be put on a global stage, like Tom Holland is now internationally known because it's not because of Uncharted. It's not because of Cherry. It's not because of all these other movies that every time he would do something non-Marvel would flop. It's not because of that. It's because he's Spider-Man. It's because it's Marvel. Benedict Cumberbatch, great actor. Bro, you're Doctor Strange. You're dope in Sherlock. You're dope in these other roles. You're Doctor Strange. Okay? You're Doctor Strange. It's not a lot of big name actors that outshine the Marvel roles that they're in. Scarlett Johansson does. You know, ScarJo, she can do other things, and she's ScarJo. She Black Widow, but she's ScarJo first. Just saying. A lot of these other actors that you did not know, that you weren't checking for, Marvel made them. And Marvel continues to put them at the forefront. Elizabeth Olsen, Scarlet Witch. She made some other movies, and I bet you some of y'all, without Googling, can't name them. Can you? She made some other stuff that was not Marvel related, but you know her as Scarlet Witch, don't you? That's what I'm saying. So, yes, 110%. I am so glad that not only did this brother have the courage and the honesty to, and by the way, I asked him too. Like I was like, because when when he responded, I was like, can I quote you on this? He was like, go ahead, brother, go ahead. I was like, yes. So I was too geek, because I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, yo, he's not worried about his career. He's not worried about, being some backlash or whatever. And guess what? I posted this on my fan page. I posted on Twitter. 98% of the reactions are all positive. Almost everybody is like, hey, I could see him as T'Challa. Hey, I saw him in the First Purge. I saw him doing his action scenes. I could see that. Hey, I seen him in The Photograph. I seen him in Insecure. He can act. And then all of a sudden, what happens? Everybody start talking about like, hey, you know what? Not only him, Damson Idris could be dope. John David Washington, Aldous Hodge. Like everybody's starting to think about what else is possible. That's why you recast T'Challa. To keep that positive Black imagery going. It has nothing to do with stopping other heroes and other characters. But you don't want to take that one positive one off the board. It's too good. They could do a variant. They could do whatever they want to do with this. But the characters got to go on. And you got actors that are willing to jump into that fire. And all I'm saying now is, I don't even think it's that hot. I don't think it's that hot. I don't think it's that taboo to desire the recasting of T'Challa anymore. Especially with variants and multiverse and all that. Especially because of that. More people are coming around to it. More people are starting to understand, like, wait a minute now. I think this is actually possible. I mean, they got time travel and magic, and it's fiction, and actors only have one job, which is to act in roles. I think they should recast T'Challa. Ooh, an angel gets its wings every time. Every time somebody says, let's recast T'Challa. Anyway, all right, y'all. That is all I got for today. You see how that's exclusive too? I love that. That's exclusive because when nobody gonna report on this, I put it towards a big name outlet. They didn't want it. But that's okay. We got the numbers now. We got the numbers and we got the talking. But anyway, let me know what you think about this myth of no other actor is gonna want to deal with the pressure of recasting T'Challa or whatever. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Man, I feel like I'm gonna have to do a whole video about like all the myths that people had, like, you know, the legacies. All the legacies are destroyed if you recast. All right. One of these days, I'm gonna do a video on like busting more myths or something, because just way too dumb that people just keep subscribing to these things without thinking it through. You got to think these things through. I know people gonna feel how they feel. I get it, but my goodness, man, that is just ridiculous. All right, let us get to some of these comments. Where we got? Okay, Ty, thank you so much, Ty. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. So generous. Anthony Mackie, what the yeah. We did listen. I did a whole video on him about why I was disappointed in him, and it was because of those comments. I'm like, how are you saying this and you're denying another Black brother, another Black actor from having a huge payday with that role? It's like, you know, imagine if they was like, you know what, the CEO of Amazon is gone, is just done, and we're just not going to rehire, and we're gonna shut down Amazon. Yo, hire me. I want to be the CEO of Amazon. I'll take that job. What you mean? What, there's too much pressure following up Jeff Bezos? Nah, I'll take it. Shoot, I'll work 1 year and quit. Just pay me that one check and I'm done. You know, but yeah, I don't understand his mindset with that. But then again, he's a company man. So maybe he just didn't want to rock the boat. I get it. I don't know. David Curtis, back at it. Thank you so much. Kevin Feige made him sign a contract to say that. I'm not going to say he did, but what I will say is that, and I've said this many times before, I don't trust people under contract to always tell me the full truth when it comes to controversial subjects. Because again, they are inclined not to sabotage the movie because the studio will sue them. And I give the example of David Ayer with the Suicide Squad. With all the Zack Snyder stuff going on, release the Snyder Cut and all that stuff, David Ayer on his Twitter account, on his social media, was going hard saying, the Suicide Squad, that crappy version, this is my movie. There is no other cut. This is the final version. I love this version. Then the second that contract was up, my man was like, yo, release the Ayer cut. Yeah, let's see that Ayer cut, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, yeah, that was definitely a problem from the jump. So I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I know Angela Bassett be talking, Lupita be talking. I respect them as actors, as people, but I'm just like, I can't listen to you right now. I have to wait until all that stuff is done, your contract is done, and then I could see, like, you know, if you stick with whatever you were saying. Noel would be incredible. He fits the part. He has action, you know, comic book movie star potential. I would love to see Marvel Studios give him a chance. I would too. He was definitely in my top 5, like, early on. I already told y'all my number 1 has always been Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. I think he could do it, but you know, Noel could do this too. Like, I'm not even picky. I'm not picky. I just want them to keep the character alive. That's all. I'm not picky. Dorian, can you get a Bank of America to support Recast T'Challa? That'd be interesting. Let me toy around with that idea. That'd be interesting. I don't know how they're gonna feel though, because like I don't know how Marvel feels yet. Like, nobody knows. Like, I don't even know. Like, no one has asked them. No press has had the courage, in my opinion, to press them and ask them, what do you think about the fans urging y'all to recast T'Challa? It's a simple question. Comicbook.com, Collider, Variety, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, somebody. Nobody can ask that basic question. We got all this national coverage. We got all this stuff in the LA Times. We got all this stuff. But every time they decline to comment. And here's the thing. Y'all could give like a simple PR answer like, we respect the fans' feelings and we are looking forward to them to watching the movie, and leaving it at that. You could just say that. You could just say that. But they don't want to comment at all. So I'm waiting for the press. I told you, I made a post about it too, calling out press, and I tagged them too. I'm like, when the movie comes out and y'all gonna have that access, I know I'm not. I know they're not gonna be like, hey, E-Man, come on to the red carpet and interview. I know they're not gonna give me that access. They don't want that. So a lot of y'all that do have the access have the guts to ask the hard questions. And these are not questions that should get you blacklisted. If you ask a question like, if they killed T'Challa off, why did you feel that was necessary when it's fiction and you could have done anything else? Did you have any other ideas on how to celebrate Chadwick without using his death in this movie? Like, these are basic questions that you can ask. And if Marvel's not prepared to ask them, then they really shouldn't be prepared to do it in the movie, potentially. You know, so anyway, thank you for that. Appreciate you. Thank you. Latrice, hey, good to see you. Thank you so much. So Mackie thinks Chadwick was much better, was a much better actor than him. He's playing new Cap. Haven't heard him say no one can pick up the baton as new Falcon. Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah. I mean, look, I'll say this, and I'm not trying to be arrogant. You know, I'm just being as honest as I can be about this. I've listened and heard almost every possible argument against recasting that's out there. I respect people's differences of opinions, and they are entitled to them. But I have not yet heard a logically sound argument with supporting foundation that refutes the notion to recast. I haven't heard it. I've heard feelings. I've heard opinions, and that's great. I've heard speculation. I've heard myths. I haven't heard anything that's really strongly supported outside of, I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable. This ain't right. Because honestly, for almost every answer, you can bring up like, oh, but his brother. Oh, but this is what Chadwick felt. Oh, but this is the history in movies. Oh, but this is how this character developed. Like, there's so much stuff that you can say in favor of Recast T'Challa versus the other. I don't know. Like, I just feel like it, you know, arguments based off of emotional foundations are never stable. Why? Because emotions are unstable. That nothing should be based off of emotion. You know, you could be mad one minute and happy the next. you know, but a logically sound position is that's straight all the way through. Anywho, so yeah, I don't expect that from Mackie at this point. Thank you for that. Let's see. Oh, Doran, thank you so much for that. Oh, there we go. I got you. I've been watching since the recast movement began, so I just been thinking, give us a scenario in which Marvel can bring a new T'Challa variant seamlessly, like what Marvel did in Spider-Man No Way Home. Very easy. Magic, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness screws up with the multiverse. Variant T'Challa is there. That easy, literally that easy. Watch What If, the same situation that happened with Black Widow, where the Watcher pulled a T'Challa from one world and put it in another, pulled Black Widow from one reality and put it in another. That's how you can get a variant. You can do something where the T'Challa that we've always known was a Skrull and the real T'Challa had been kidnapped. I mean, it's fiction. It's fiction. You literally have, the only limit you have is your imagination and trying to figure out seamless ways to make this work. It's fiction. We got aliens, wizards, time travel, multiverse. Like, pick an option. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable with is an easy way to just be like, there it is. I mean, Spider-Man No Way Home, it was a magic trick that brought in all the variants. You can't do that again? Okay. Avengers Endgame. They went in time and brought a variant of Loki because of time travel. You can't do that again? You can do so many different things. So many. It's fiction. I don't know how else to really put it. Like, it's fiction. It's I don't know. Let's see. And how could the studio still make the events of Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame canon to the new version of T'Challa? Again, it's fiction. They can just reset. They can reset everything if they wanted to. Like, this is really not difficult. I promise you, you could get a third grader to figure this stuff out. I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to insult you, I'm not trying to insult nobody else. I'm just saying this is not hard to figure out. The comics have a groundwork for all of this stuff. It's fiction. They can literally make up whatever they want. They can make it all up. It's that's what it is. So but anyway, I'll be dropping a video for that stuff later anyway. Thank you so much for watching. This was just a segment of one of my live chats, and if you're interested in joining in on the next one, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.